Day match against Dundee United, you now go into Christmas with that unwanted title of bottom of the table. What's the feeling like amongst the team at the moment?
Obviously, it's not ideal to be bottom of the table. It's not a good feeling at all. But you've got to try and use the frustration of the past few weeks and try and put it right into a performance on Boxing Day here against United.
What do you think has been missing over the last few games?
I think probably the first half against Hearts was probably the worst we've been in a real long time. I don't know, it's still preventable goals, but I get a lack of a cutting edge in the final third, and just not controlling the game in the way that we want to, and we've shown we can do in the weeks previous, even when we've picked up results, and even when we haven't picked up results. The way we want to go about things is by controlling the ball, controlling the game, and that was missing. And then when we went ahead against St Mirren as well, it kind of fell away then as well. So we need to get back to doing what we're good at, because ultimately that'll get us the results.
One positive is, though, you are still scoring goals. As you said, taking the lead in games that you've gone on to lose. Does that give you confidence that you're maybe not that far away from it clicking back into gear?
Yeah, definitely. We know there's been a lot of positives. The results haven't gone the way, and we've slipped a few places down the table. There are a lot of positives to take going forward, and we need to lean on those and just replicate those as much as possible in games. We have really good spells and kind of come away from doing what has made us successful in those periods. So we've just got just a continuation and a repetition of those things. And I'm sure once we get that onto the pitch, and which is what we've been working on in training, then it will start to bring results.
And if you look at the festive run that you've got, 4 games, 3 of which at home, Dundee United on Boxing Day, you've also got Hibs and Dundee as well. Very much winnable games, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of games this year, and I mean we've lost a number of games over our past 8 or 9, and I've gone into everyone thinking these are winnable games. They're every single one in the league, bar maybe a couple that you think you've got a right chance in. So that won't change going into this period. It is cliche, they come thick and fast, and you've just got to kind of grind through it and just get into that next game as quick as possible. But if you pick up a good result, especially here in a derby on Boxing Day, it can really kickstart something. And
that game against Dundee United, they obviously just took on Celtic at the weekend, a credible draw for them. Yep. What test are you expecting from them?
It will be similar to a lot of the games we play in. They'll be physical. They've been on a kind of, I think, underrated run through the start of the first half of the season, because they're in a great position in the league table. We played them a long time ago now, but we were well in that game as well. Had chances to go ahead in that game and to put it to bed. Obviously, there was a few circumstances in that game that didn't help us in the end. But no, it's not one we're fearing at all. But we know we need to be really on our game to pick up the result.
Thank you.
The fact that you bottom, but a couple of wins would take you probably halfway up the table.
Yeah.
I mean, that must kind of give a bit of confidence.
Yeah, I mean, a bottom line, a simple way of looking at it is we've got 5 months to climb 2 places in the league table. We're obviously aiming higher than that, but it's one step at a time. And at the minute, the only way for us to look is up, because we've got to put ourselves in this position that we're in. So yeah, we just need to take it each game at a time. And everybody knows how quickly this league table can change. It happened to us previously when we picked up back-to-back results. It seemed like we shot up the table and everything looked great. So it's been a difficult spell at the moment, but we're fully confident we'll get out of it.
And from your own point of view, you're kind of playing at the back and playing in midfield. Have you kind of got a preference?
My first preference is just to play, and then the powers that be will put my name into the roulette wheel and spin it and see where I end up for the Saturday. I'll just do my job for the team as best as I can, whether that be as part of the back four, which see as managers make clear it's kind of covering for players missing and things like that. I'll continue to do so. In terms of a preference, not really. I've spent the majority of my career in more forward areas, but like I said, my first preference is just to play, because I've missed a lot of time, especially even last season and previously in my career through not playing. So just being out there is good enough.
Just in a general sense, if you take away the last couple of results, you enjoying the style of football? It seemed like it would suit a player like yourself.
Definitely, and it seems as though you kind of feedback from the fans. We've spent a lot of time doing appearances and stuff over the Christmas period, and there's still that positive energy amongst the fans that we speak to. They've bought into it, we've bought into it, and it was evident in a number of our games that there was a real change very quickly. So I think sometimes there can be a little drop off because maybe we weren't picking up the results that we thought we might have deserved in games, but there's still that basic element of just defending your box and being clinical and ruthless in the final third and things like that. But the manager's got across his points, his principles, and it's just one of those we just need to get back to basics really. And like I said before, we were trying to control the game and things like that, and we need to put our stamp on it because that's what we want to do. That's our kind of identity now. And if we get away from that, then we're not giving ourselves the best chance to pick up points.
I mean, from the outside, it seemed quite surprising that how much the style had changed and how quickly you adapted to it. Well, obviously, it's only been 2 months.
Yep.
You feel that there's a lot of improvement to come once you get bedded in, and it becomes almost kind of routine to play that way as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's it. I think because there's been, obviously this time of the year, there's so many games, so you get away from the fact that it has only been 2 months, so which is a really short space of time. Like I said, with the performances picked up, we got a few points, but then we obviously haven't been getting the results. But the performances were still there, and I think last week that was the disappointing thing, especially with the first half, was that the performance wasn't there at all either. So we've been working hard this week, since in the short space of time we've had the last 2 days to get back to what we're good at and hopefully put that into the game on Thursday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yep. No worries, guys. Thank you.